What's up, fellas? This is your guy, Chris McDonald, and I'm gonna help make you a better man. That's right, this is Next Level Man, a channel dedicated to helping you become a better man than you already are. And if you're here, it means that you've identified that desire deep down inside to become better than you already are and to take it to the next level, whatever that level might be. So if you haven't already, make sure you click subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes, because me and some of my friends are going to touch on various topics and have candid conversations and drop our take on how you can improve and take it to the next level. So hit subscribe now because you don't want to miss out. So today I've got a couple of friends of mine and we're going to touch on the subject of what a real man is, if there is a such thing as a real man, and if so, what it takes to become one. So sit back, get ready to grab some of these nuggets and move on to the next level. Let's go. All right, and thank you and welcome to the Next Level Man vlog, where I'm joined with my friends Brett, Clara, and Shakir. And today I think I want to talk to you guys. I gave Clara and Shakir a heads up. You know, sometimes you see these memes where they say a real N-word is this, or a real N-word, or a real man will do that, right? And sometimes I think to myself, what is a real man? What is, I guess there is not a real N-word, right? Or maybe there is. But when you hear the words a real man, is there such a thing as a real man? And if so, what is your definition or take on what it takes to be a real man?
I say taking care of your family.
Okay.
Like children. You got a wife, loyal to your wife, making sure they're okay, making sure they're safe, positive, and don't be a real N-word.
And don't be a real N-word.
What it comes down to is taking care of your day-to-day responsibilities without somebody having to remind you. You just take the initiative and just, like he was saying, take care of your children, get up, you got time for work, your whole family structure. It's like it just flows into place. You don't have to be told, well, do this, do that. You just take the initiative and just be a man and do what you have to do. You don't have to, have somebody telling you, reminding you to do this and do that.
Okay. Clara, what you think? Buckle up. Buckle up when it comes to Clara.
No, don't be nice. It's that. So there's what does a real man do, and then what is a real man.
Okay.
So I mean, a real man does do all these things that Sean and Brett mentioned, but I think a real man is one who knows himself, who doesn't make apologies for being himself, who is moving towards understanding himself better in his relationships that he's involved with, because we have more than one title. I'm more than just a woman. I'm more than just, an artist. And you're more than a man. You're a brother, you're a son, you're a father, you're a grandfather, you're an uncle. So all these things make up who you are. It's just at any given moment, you're that. But at all times, you should be doing it from within. It should be from your inner love. It should come out.
Is this stuff learned? Is this learned behavior, or is this something that should come natural, or do you expect?
I think it takes time.
Okay.
For you to learn, especially, like you're saying, is knowing yourself. And sometimes it might take until you're 50, to learn who you are. You got to grow, you know what I'm saying? And go through some things, you know what I'm saying? You might have to go through your player phase, your tough guy phase, or whatever. But, you got to learn yourself at some point. That does make a man.
Interesting. So, is it because let's just say I'm a young man, right? Well, I am a young man, but I'm a young man, right?
But see, what I was going to say, like personally, my parents had this conversation with me about when growing up, like what your expectations are as a carry, as a person, as a man specifically, as far as taking care, how you walk, how you talk, your overall presentation, your overall responsibilities. I personally had that. I know a lot of people don't have that.
Right.
never, that parental guidance to have those kind of talks, like to help prepare you for manhood. Like Brett was saying, and sometimes there are steps that you have to take to get to that point to be a complete, man as far as what you're supposed to do in life.
But as I was trying to say, if I was a young man, right, and I become a father, a young father, and I have not yet reached the level that Brett was saying, sometimes it takes you to get to 50. Right. Does that mean I'm not a man yet? I'm not a real man? Can my girlfriend or my daughter's mom, my son's mother, because I hate saying baby mama, right? But
I hate it too.
If the mother of my child doesn't see me busting my hump or I skip out on some payments for something, and she says a real man would do this, that, or the other, does she have some validity to that? Or is it because I'm making steps towards that, I'm a real man? Right. Look at Clara's face.
No, so men have a different transition into manhood. Okay. You all are men once you reach 16 or 18 or when you're,
allegedly.
You have no rite of passage. You don't get any rite of passage. It's just, if you're able to have children now, you're a man. But there's still nothing that you do ritualistically, spiritually. There's no testing, not like scholastic tests or anything like that. There's nothing really to test your mettle. Whereas with females, at least we start a monthly menstrual cycle that we have to manage every month. Okay. Men just show up and it's like there's no real clear idea of what it is that you're supposed to be walking toward as a man. Like, okay, you want to get a good job so that you can attract a nice woman, you can take care of family. Those are all things that you should be doing anyways. Right. That doesn't make you a real man. Like, is your character unquestioned? Like, is it above and beyond board? Like, do you believe in a higher power? I don't care what you call it, but and try to work with that, and that I think it just helps us all, just not just men, females too, but when we understand a little bit more about why we're here and what the possibilities are, and we're not limited by what it is we're supposed to be doing. Because you can be doing a whole lot of different things besides going to work and getting upset because your girl mad you don't make enough money.
Right. Yeah. It happens. It does happen. It does happen. It does happen.
I think role models are important in that too, because that's true. Because sometimes I don't know. Sometimes you're attracted to negativity, because some guys, sometimes it's a positive role model. Right. And sometimes you see that guy doing some negative stuff, but he getting girls, getting money, doing a lot of stuff. So sometimes you might veer off in that lane. Right. It's just what you pick sometimes and what you're attracted to. You know what I mean?
So do you agree that as African Americans, we're at a disadvantage? Because a lot of times, so Sean said that his parents helped him, right? And they made it clear cut for you, right? I grew up with both of my parents, but I don't remember my dad specifically sitting down saying, this is what a man does. You get what I'm saying? I had his examples, right? I saw what he did, and I picked and chose what I will do, what I won't do. You understand what I'm saying? But there are, to your point, a lot of homes, especially in the African American community, that don't have those examples, right? A friend of mine, a Caucasian friend of mine, was talking the other day about how he takes his son with him to work so that he can see what work entails, how going to work produces a paycheck to pay for the bills, to keep a roof over your head, and those things. All I heard was my dad complaining about there's another bill and I ain't got no money. So the disadvantage is there, right, for African Americans?
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset? Why are you saying?
It goes along the generational curses, right? Because our parents, so my parents, they made pretty decent money, right? But their parents didn't. Well, I'll speak for my dad's parents because I knew them the best. They were sharecroppers. Okay. But together, they bought a house with 4 acres of land, and they put all 4 of their children through school. through college. But I think as the generations go, you want them to do better, but it is more of the example that is set.
Value, yes, touching on what she was saying, the values, just like a generational thing, values are just not being passed. They're not being passed. No.
But they are there.
They're there.
They're just not being passed on.
Well, they kind of are being passed on. It's just the influences and what children are exposed to. Because on Saturdays we stayed in the house, ate cold cereal and eating cold cereal and watching cartoons.
Right.
That's what we did on Saturdays.
Right.
We didn't get to see what's going on in the world, and
Right.
Yeah, because I kind of like, when you're talking about your dad, I kind of like went through the same thing. And I think I take a lesson from all of it. Even you hear the complaint, you be like, I don't want to go through that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
you be like, well, I got to do opposite of what he did.
Right.
Not that I
There are things,
there are things that are
exactly.
even
but
though
you know, you don't want to be exactly like your parents. So
Right.
you learn from negatives too. That
Right.
like, you know, because ain't nobody perfect.
That's right. But you weren't sat down and told,
No.
here's the blueprint to being a man.
there's no blueprint.
There's no blueprint.
I just know
it was taught. I mean,
you don't do this, you don't do that.
Right.
It's a
There are the hard
consequences,
and
yeah, but like actual like this is what a man does. I just try to look at what he did and the right things, you know.
Right.
He did, you know what I mean? So,
Got it.
yeah.
Got it.
But I think that there's too much tied to the financial aspect of a man. Yes, you know, that's what you are supposedly supposed to do.
Right.
But I think that, you know, just being a breadwinner, you know, getting the bills paid is not all that there is to developing relationships, you know, not just with your spouse or your children.
That's true.
You know,
That's
like
very true.
my dad worked, you know, but he was like your dad.
Right.
He was, my dad was like a dad to him.
Mhm.
He was like a dad to about 50 people
Right.
in the community.
Right.
Like I had a little bitty piece of but he paid bills,
Right.
you know,
Right.
so what's the, it's not supposed to be anything to complain about. The bills getting paid, right?
Right.
That's a man, that's a real man.
That's a real man.
But like everything about money, because like even with your kids, I can give my son a lot of money, but if I'm not giving him quality time, quality minutes, then am I really being his dad? Or all I got is money here,
Right.
here.
Mhm. And that's the value system we're setting up.
Yeah, and it's like, am I really being a dad? It's more to being a dad or a husband, like she said, than just giving out money. You know what I mean? Or taking care of this. There's a lot of other things to it.
See, I guess my father was just different than a lot of like what's being said, and just cause like my father, he was a general contractor by trade. He did carpentry and stuff like that. So even though I remember being 5, 8 years old, and some of the people, you know, brothers and sisters, you know, females and males in the community in my neighborhood, you know, he would make, you know, because we always had a workshop in our house. He would do like projects for Christmas and stuff like that, and have them, you know, come like, I don't know, 10, 15 of them from, you know, children from the neighborhood come. And he would, because a lot of them didn't have that strong fatherhood, you know, to show them, you know, how to do certain things, or just like he would, like if he took us to the park, his own children, he'd be like, look, bring 5, 6 more people, you know, whoever he was able to bring, you know, and he would just show like those kind of values, and, you know, just showing like a father foundation to.
Was it because he knew that they didn't have that at home, or was it because he was trying to show you guys, or was it a little bit of both?
I think it was a little bit of both. Because just my parents, just how they were, you know, very giving, you know, their kind of heart and stuff like that. But also, you know, I think, like you said, like a little bit of both. So.
Interesting. I've always been of the mindset that, well, lately I've been of the mindset that women dictate what a man or boy, male, will and will not do and can or cannot get away with, right? Especially the sagging part, right? So if females stopped dating guys whose underwear were exposed, the guys would pull their pants up.
You mean the children?
The children.
Or do you mean
No,
the suitor? Do you mean the suitor or the child?
The suitor.
I got it.
Right? The suitor. So going back to Brett's point where he said that
That's a whole
he could
nother
easily,
topic.
yeah, it is an open
Saggy,
topic, right? It's a topic,
I just had a
man.
discussion with one of my friends about it.
Yeah, I think it's a conversation that needs to continue to happen because there are so many things to that, man. So many things that learn behavior, right? Generational curses.
Right.
But Brett said that he could easily go to his son and just dish out money, right? And be okay within himself, right? If that was the type of guy or man that he was.
Right.
Is it possible that women, the female species, right, will say, well, he ain't a real man because he comes over here and spends time with his son, but he ain't never leaving any money on the table. He ain't helping me pay any bills. You know, is the woman the definer of the man?
Quiet as it's kept, yes.
Yes.
Ain't quiet.
Ain't quiet.
No,
you heard it from the woman's mouth.
No, some women don't know, and men like to keep it that way. You know, the real men will admit that that's the way it is.
Nah, man. Everything you do is for a woman, basically.
Exactly.
I mean, seriously.
You wouldn't even work if it wasn't for a woman.
Exactly.
Wow.
You go to college, you get a good job. You get a good job to get money. You buy a house to put a beautiful woman in, or whatever you consider beautiful, in that house. And everything's for a woman. If you're a dude, I'm not in the front.
Wow.
So true.
But is that a real man? Is that a real man? Or do we go back to saying that there are too many parts, too many pieces that make a real man, and that's part of being a real man?
Yeah, that's
one piece.
That's true for both genders. But I think we get caught up on the outside looking in type of mentality where it's like you're not being real with yourself. You're not being real with certain limitations or even working together to, make things different. It's like some women do put everything on the man and expect him to take care of everything financially and, and keep her happy. But then, there's some men who think that just because they're doing all of this woman should be at his beck and call. And, neither is real, but it's a reality.
You better do this.
Right. Yeah. I know a guy who said, I pay the bills. She doesn't have to work. The car she has, I bought. I take care of all of that stuff. She shouldn't have a problem with the fact that I'm out with another woman.
Another woman?
Yeah. If she catches me cheating, right? She needs to be happy with the fact that you get what I'm saying?
Listen,
she has nothing to worry about. I'm taking care of her.
that statement on his behalf, and I'm just going to say this, I don't think y'all should follow anything. If he's dumb enough to get caught, if he's sloppy enough to get caught, then yes, she should have a problem.
She should have a problem.
Now, if he can take care of his business and keep everything respectful and she's none the wiser now, she could suspect.
Right.
And she could snoop and she could find out.
Right.
But I mean, I guess that's the caveat. She could snoop and find out. But if he keeps it to the level where she shouldn't be suspecting things, then, if he's going to do it, he's got to do it right. You can't be disrespectful.
As weird as saying, it's got to be a line of respect. Like, there's a line of respect.
Got to be a line of respect in there.
You don't bring it home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You be obviously
Look,
out.
and bills don't not get paid because you're taking your side piece.
You got a phone. You got a screenshot of her. That's your screensaver. Your phone on the counter and her name popped up. Oh my goodness.
She wear lingerie that you don't even. Your own woman at home don't even wear lingerie.
But we don't know though. That house could be messed up though. He might have a bad relationship with the wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he right. Doing what he's doing.
Right.
We don't know.
Right.
So,
right. Huh.
I don't know.
On the subject of a real man, right? Does a real man work to keep the home happy?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Even if the woman is not doing her part?
What's her part?
helping to keep the home, helping to keep the real man happy.
No, it was funny because we had a discussion about that. And I remember a guy, they say, well, why does a woman cheat, or why a man cheat? And he was like, the house not clean. It was a rap after that. And all the women were just like throwing papers at him. Like, so it's a lot to go into that, man. So
what was your question again?
I don't remember. Is it a real man's responsibility to work to keep the home happy? And I don't mean physical labor. I'm saying to make sure the home is happy.
I think when it comes to relationships, we don't typically walk or work ourselves into proper relationships. We find ourselves in relationships. You know, we think because we've been with someone 2 years, now it's time to get married.
Right.
Out of 700, 800 days, you know, how
It's too much.
how were those days?
Too much.
Not even
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are things you're supposed to find out in the exploratory days, and the courting sessions, and the dates, and all of that. You know,
wait till after the fact.
do your values, equal.
Yeah, it's not just the man to keep the house happy. I think that's a working relationship. That's a working relationship.
Right. That's the key that has been touched on. It's just there's not that working together. It's always one-sided. You know, like the woman, I do this, or the man, I do all this, and then I there's not, to me personally, there's just not that working together.
I think people think it works as long as they're getting what they want. Like people don't stay somewhere if they're not getting something out of it.
Right.
So as soon as they're not getting at least what they, you know, the minimum of what they need, then okay, the blame is now shifted to the reason why I'm not happy is because you're not doing this. You know, a lot of us don't want to work on ourselves.
Right.
You know, which we can alleviate a whole lot of problems if we just realize how screwed up we are in our home.
It's your flaws.
Nobody don't want to admit they don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to look at themselves.
Another thing, it's just we haven't mastered ourselves yet.
Yeah,
how can you be there for somebody else or go through? I mean, we've all, you know, I'm not saying, you know, I'm better than anybody, but I mean, we've all, you know, have things that we have to work on. And how can you be with somebody and you're, you know, but the thing about life is it's always, you know, there's always, no matter how good of a person you think you are, there's always like a self-check. There's always room for improvement.
There's always room for improvement.
And that's why I never stop.
Higher and higher.
Right. It's always, because once you stop saying there's no room for improvement, you're putting limitations on yourself. Limitations on life. Yeah, because that's one thing about life. That's them, you know, like she's, you know, you might as well not even live.
So that's another aspect of a real man, is understanding that you still have room to grow. Agreed?
Oh yeah,
definitely.
That's what I say about define yourself at 50. You gotta still grow and grow, even at 65, 70.
Well, you know, scientists say that most men don't hit their stride till they're 50.
I never been female scientist.
But I mean, not physically. You're because your physical prowess is waning at 50, now you have other things to now focus on, which is maybe the development of your brain or your heart or your emotions or your dexterity, you know, creating things, inventing things. Because you're not thinking about sex every day because you know you can't. So now you got to think about other stuff.
So does that mean this? Well, I don't know if I'm agree with that.
I'm just saying. But you have to admit, most men who achieve greatness do so after age 50, after age 45, 50, and that's why.
But is it because they are focused on the wrong things and don't realize it?
Of course.
So it's not because any sort of genealogical issue. It's because of the stupidity of not being a real enough man to to focus on the right things.
No one ever teaches men and women. Like I don't. If I had to think about some of the dumb stuff I have done behind thinking I'm in love with some dude. But we're not taught properly, right? You know, I like to tell my nieces, if a boy pressures you to have sex with him, he doesn't like you. And it's very natural for you to want to have sex. You're those emotions. Like I didn't get that thought. I didn't get it put that way. It was don't do it.
Don't do it.
Because you're not supposed to do it. No, it's natural for you to want to, right? But you gotta learn how to rein in. We don't, boys definitely don't get taught that because there's fathers are telling them to go get that girl and why you don't got that girl and you know where your girlfriend at and
it's weird. I try to tell my son the opposite, like yo. And I can tell he's 16,
right? And
he say little things. I'll be like, pump your brakes, yo. You know, you got all the time in the world for that, man.
But do you explain to him why?
Yeah, I try to. I don't want you to have no accidents, and I want you to stay focused on your goal.
Stay
focused on your goal. And really, the goals is like, cause man, I take you off track, all like trying to do all that.
All the
like, you
stuff
right
that
about
comes
the
with
sex
it.
thing
Because like she was saying,
like
it's good. Like some like don't do it, but like he was saying, like obviously he's explaining why. You know, not just saying don't do it. Like what? Okay, don't do it, but it's still. But you know, it's. It was not,
no, don't do it. It's like don't do it. It's like I triple dog dare.
Because it kind of makes you connect. That's what I'm saying. That's like it makes you like, oh, I'm doing it now.
It's like it makes you more curious. Like, okay, I wonder why don't do it. Why you know
you did
but taking the time like he just like Brett just obviously just said, you know, explaining, you know, you don't want an accident and this, that, and the third.
Sex is an emotional thing too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you might not be into it. But afterwards, she really might be into it, and that causes confusion.
That's it.
I don't want no confusion for you or nothing.
Right.
Don't do stuff in a week.
Yeah.
She's blowing up your phone like, I don't want you going
Right.
So a real man would understand that, right? And understand that women's emotions are not like ours, right? They feel when they're having sex and all this other stuff. We just get the satisfaction.
But men can get emotional too, dude.
Men can get emotional too?
Yeah. I've been on an emotional route myself.
Okay. At a young age?
Nah.
You see what I'm saying? But when we're younger, we're just...
Because some women like men. Like, yo, I just want that.
And, and I'm out.
Yeah. And I'm thinking like, I really like her.
It's not there. She's not there.
Well, you said original. You know what this was.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? So it ain't just dudes get emotional too.
Dudes get emotional too.
It's true.
I've been there.
Hey, you ever seen men fight over women?
Oh yeah.
That's emotion.
That's emotion.
That's
yeah.
emotion. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So,
okay. All right. So here's the thing. If you had one thing to say to all of the men, right, age 16 to a million, right, however the oldest man is in the world right now, word of advice we'll go through, what would it be to him? Say it to the man.
I had to steal his style. Just growing to know yourself and take care of everything a man's supposed to, I guess. So pass the ball.
Pass the ball.
I think my advice would be is to expand your communication center in your brain.
Where's the dictionary?
So men use far less words than women. Women like to communicate. We like to talk. We like to express things, and the more you converse and communicate with others, then the broader your understanding of what someone might mean is. So then you can then use it to understand yourself and others. And that's what it really boils down to, understanding yourself and understanding others. Like improve your emotional intelligence. Like stop reacting to every little thing and just learn how to communicate and talk to your spouse, talk to your mom, your aunts. You know, for men, the more women they talk to, I think the more broader their world is. That's just my humble opinion.
Okay.
Sean, Shakir.
Kind of touching what Clara said, but as a person who likes to study and read, my advice would be to always learn and study how people operate that you think are positive people in your life, and don't bow to peer pressure. Don't be a leader, and try to be a leader and not be a follower in life. And that will help you in a lot of things that you deal with in life. I think that would be my advice.
Okay.
Well, pick the right leader.
Pick the right leader. That's it.
But everybody ain't gonna be a chief. We gotta have some Indians.
That's right.
So,
right. True. Mine would be to never forget that it doesn't stop. Right. We all sat here and agreed that there is no completion to being a full-fledged, complete man. Right. Which is why this vlog exists now. Right. The next level man, because we can never be perfect, but we can always make it to the next level. Right? And we can always aspire to be better than we were before. So never stop becoming better, never stop trying to be better, and look for guys and ladies like this to have in your circle that will make you proud to say that these are my friends, because they have a lot of wealth of knowledge and things that they can offer to the world to help you make you better. Before we go, Clara please tell them about you and the work that you do, Clara, because we have got to introduce the world to Clara.
This is not what this was
Yes,
supposed
this
to
is
be.
all. This is what it's always about. Anytime I can get some shine for you, Clara, we're gonna do it.
Oh, thank you. Well, everybody knows I'm a visual artist. I am actually an interdisciplinary artist, so I work with a lot of different mediums. Last year, I was fortunate to spend about 6 months in Europe doing my art and showing my work in Spain and France. And next week, or in October, I will be spending about 3 to 4 weeks in South Africa doing the same. So I'll do some exhibits and some workshops with the people of Kimberley and Johannesburg, South Africa, and I am uber stupid excited. I am so over the moon. That 14-hour flight though is kind of.
And please support her. She has a GoFundMe.
Absolutely. Yeah. How can tell them how they can find you?
I love Cash App.
Yes.
Cash
We have
App me.
positive people as herself doing things. We have to get behind them.
Yes.
That's right. You better believe it.
$ artist Clara.
Give them their flowers while they're alive. not when they're
Yes.
gone.
That's right.
Yes.
And if they wanted to find your art,
Go to Instagram, artist Clara K, or Clarifications.
clarifications,
Clara, CLARA, Fications.
clarifications, and Cash App is $
Artist Clara K.
artist Clara K.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
And we're out. All right, guys. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this conversation we had about what a real man is and what it takes to become a real man. But let's do a quick recap on some of the things that we talked about. A real man takes care of himself spiritually, mentally, physically. A real man takes care of his responsibilities, lives up to his responsibilities, takes care of home, and if he has responsibilities outside of the home, a real man takes care of those things as well. A real man is always trying to grow mentally, knowledge-wise, trying to get more knowledge and better himself so that he can help make the world better. A real man surrounds himself with positive influences, positive friends, positive role models, and a real man is a positive influence and role model himself. Hey, if there's some things that we missed, if there's some things that we should have touched on, if there's some things you want to expound on, feel free to drop them in the comments down below. And while you're writing your comments, make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss the next conversation. Don't forget, the only way we can really grow is by building with each other. So I'll see you on the next level. Shout out to my friend Shakir, Brett, Clara, and of course, shout out to Amani Couture for letting us record in the studio. It was a great time. Thank you very much for your hospitality. I bless you all with this word right here. Someone told me that we should always strive to be somebody who treats everybody like they are somebody. Peace.